Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Mr. Andrew Guffey.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Who'd Listen to Us. We are your co-host, Brandon Willy Williams, and across from me is the man, the myth, and legend himself.
Cole Fry.
What's going on?
How you guys doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are with a good buddy of ours behind the guitar tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Guff, Guff Daddy Guff.
Hello.
What's going on, brother?
It is so good to be here. It's so good to see you guys.
Dude, thank you so much for doing that little
Intro
for us.
The little
That
ditty.
was groovy, man.
Oh.
Laying down those fucking riffs.
Love
A
it.
little ditty.
Love
Anytime,
it.
guys. Anytime.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, welcome back for another episode.
Exciting episode, dude. We got a little surprise for you guys. Probably about halfway through. Mr. Andrew Guffey's going to play us his new single.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
you down for that?
stay tuned.
You want to go for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
A
ready?
little piece of it,
Yeah.
a little taste of it.
Come on.
We can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
we can do
Word.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. But yeah, Guffey here is he's a longtime friend of ours. He grew
all
up
the way back
around
to
here.
his
Yeah,
freshman year of high school,
We went
man.
we went to the same high school together.
Yeah,
A
man.
couple years younger than us, but hung out with us. And through the past years of even graduating, we've still stayed in contact and been able to somehow reconnect. Yeah.
All the way back to high school. I mean, you guys
Oh
are
my
the
God,
day
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
The homies.
hell yeah,
You
dude.
guys are the
Yeah.
homies.
Yeah. Thanks for coming down, and I mean you had such a far
Such a far
journey
travel,
to get here.
yeah.
It was
I mean,
cold. I was
Right
scared.
up the block. I didn't even know you lived right around the block, man.
And it
No
was
idea.
like,
That's so funny.
you know what?
That's
It
so
was,
fucking crazy.
Strolled on over.
yeah, it was treacherous. Please.
Yeah.
I can't do it again.
Okay,
I don't blame you.
We'll get security next time and take you back.
That's perfect.
Yeah, we'll do that for you.
Alleyways, you know.
Yeah. But we're here today to talk about Guffey's musical background, musical journey. He's done some cool things. So we're gonna talk with him about music. Get into some different discussions about music as well.
Mm-hmm.
But first, we
Absolutely, yeah.
want to know about how did you get into playing music, man? Did it start with a guitar? Was it piano? Like what was your first? What did you get into?
Apparently, when I was younger, I always, this sounds stereotypical baby, but like a plastic pitcher and a plastic spoon. Just
Okay.
banging it around the house, apparently.
Okay.
My mom claims I marched around and would play patterns that repeated themselves and how I was this excellent musician at the age of 2,
So yeah, like just a prodigy.
It started with rhythm, I guess.
a prodigy with pots and pans.
Yes.
Stop. So pretty much like Blue Man Group prodigy.
Absolutely was. I think one of the pictures I used was actually blue.
They were scouting you out there. Were like, damn, this kid's got fucking talent.
But
Headline stomp on fucking Broadway.
Oh my
past
God,
that,
yeah.
though, guitar was always cool. My dad played guitar.
Yeah.
I thought he would bust guitars out and riff around on it. I thought that was awesome. He'd play songs, sing songs. Like,
That's awesome.
dude, that shit was just the coolest.
When did you get your first guitar setup / what was it like? Was it just just an acoustic? Like, did you get a whole a little guitar amp setup? Did you just use your dad's stuff? Like, what was that process?
Yeah, it was. Well, funny story. Right when I was, kind of getting to the age to actually be able to hold a full-size guitar.
Yeah,
Obviously, being 6 years old, it's hard to.
a little bit
Hold a
heavier. A little bit
guitar,
heavier
yeah.
than a Guitar Hero one.
It can just be discouraging
Oh,
if you're not comfortable behind the instrument. Once I got to the age where I was like, I can actually hold a real guitar now.
Yeah.
I asked for one for Christmas. And
What
they were
age was that? Do you think? Like
8.
7, 8. I was just about to say 7, 8 years old.
8 had to have been 8.
8.
But I've held a guitar before though, and I
Yeah,
played
yeah.
one. But it was just about. It's like, okay, I kind of want one now. 8.
Gotcha.
And I dabbled into it, learned my basics, didn't take lessons at that moment, but
That's pretty crazy.
was always kind of into guitar and picked up on things kind of quickly too at that age. Didn't know it, and I still don't want to admit that it was easy, but it kind of was always easy for me.
Some
Dude,
people.
I
Some
remember
people
you
it is
playing just like Metallica riffs at like freshman year of high school. You just like jam on that fucking
Yeah, totally, exactly.
in your head.
Dude,
It's
some,
great, dude.
some people have that gift where that stuff comes naturally to them. Like that just goes back to what your mom said about you banging shit around the house. Like, obviously she saw or recognized that, you had something that, like, if I would have saw that, I would have been like, let's put you on this thing right here. Let's see what you can do. And then, like, put you on a piano or, like, a drum set.
Totally.
Because that would have been dope.
Dude, yeah, they did. I mean, not obviously at 2 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, you don't
would it
have,
have
don't
been-
have the attention span to sit down and do something
exactly.
like that.
Would it have been cool to be that, like, 12-year-old who was playing, like, concertos on classical guitar? I mean, maybe, but am I that truly upset I'm not that person?
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm cool. I'm
you
cool.
did your own thing.
I'm cool
Dude.
with
You
it.
lived your own journey.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to chill.
You did it your way.
Exactly. Right on. And that's music. It's your way. It's I mean, it's an outlet, man. Music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
music
all
is
output.
good.
It's just all coming out of you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's raw.
Play with the fuck you want to play.
Exactly.
It's as simple as
It
that.
says so much about a person.
Don't ever be bullied into
absolutely.
playing something you don't want to play. Just play what comes out.
Yeah.
Just falling down on
And I've had those experiences. I did go to college for that brief semester
Yeah.
at Westchester. And it was cool because I was actually studying music, so it was cool to be around like musicians who were like professional and like, you know what I mean, like professors and things. But it just wasn't my flow. Like I wasn't down to do what they were telling me to do because guitar was kind of different for me. Okay. And I was kind of doing all that stuff, like in my dorm, like shedding blues stuff. I was really into the blues and it was just guitar almost was kind of something I didn't want to do anymore because it was getting forced upon me in a certain manner.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it freaked me out a little bit.
So let's go back. So 8 years old, you said you grasped.
Sorry,
it.
I might be.
No, dude, that's
No, you're good,
the
dude.
show. That's what we do. We'll go off on a tangent for 15 minutes and come back
yeah.
to what we're actually talking about.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah, when we
folks.
back.
If you don't like it, I apologize, and I don't really care. So, so when you ask for the guitar for Christmas, what did Santa bring you?
It was definitely from Walmart. It was a first act guitar.
Oh, yeah.
It was a ruby red.
But you can learn the basics.
Shiny.
That's what I asked for.
All shiny.
My child self was like, I want a ruby red guitar. I don't care what brand. It's not.
That's great.
It's not a brand. It's not a style. It's just.
you got to start somewhere.
It's
bro.
just a ruby red guitar,
You got to
please.
start somewhere.
Yeah.
So you were more into the color than the.
Honestly, it's bad. Sometimes I look at guitars and I want to buy them just because they look nice.
Oh,
it's a trap.
I'll find myself just
It's a
on
trap.
Amazon late at night, or like you said, like on music websites. Like
Sweetwater.
I'll throw a drum kit together. And I'm
Dude,
just
I
like,
have like a $10,000 drum kit that I want, dude, saved.
I'm telling you, man.
it's so.
If I ever hit the
depressing.
lottery,
it's so
dude,
depressing. I'm just
Buy a
like,
fucking drum kit.
Gear is a problem.
it's so depressing.
It's
I'll just be
so
on there.
accessible.
Like you said, I'll throw together like an $8,000 kit, and I'm just like. All right, well that was fun. Exit out.
Dude, there's some
Yeah.
beautiful fucking kits out there.
Oh my
But
God.
isn't that I find it a bit motivating. Like I'm just
Oh,
like,
for
yo,
sure.
I'm gonna get this gear.
If I was going
I'm
to
like,
use it a
I'm
lot,
gonna-
I'd do it, for sure.
Yes.
It's just how much do I have the
Dude,
time.
you know what the thing is too? Like
Well, once this
It's-
kicks off, and
If
we
this
do this
kicks off,
full-time,
if
we'll
I
have
can ever
time.
quit my day job, then I would absolutely do it. Just
Oh
to
my
like
God.
just jam around, just to play a fucking intro tune for one of these episodes. Like
I'll be all right.
I just miss playing all the time. I
Okay.
wish I could be.
I'm telling you.
stay-at-home dad would be
I
a
wish
dream
I
job,
had a
dude.
drum
Just
set in
invest
my
your money
house.
right to where you never have to work again, and then
Yeah.
reap the benefits.
Yeah.
and it's so possible.
Oh yeah, it's so easy.
Oh my
Dude, we
God,
have
it's
cell
so-
phone. We have
oh my
supercomputers
gosh,
in our pockets.
Anything's
to do
possible if you just
everything.
believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Down the yellow brick road, Dorothy. Oh god.
Yeah. So you got.
Future.
Why is everything chrome? Why?
Chrome
It's
everywhere.
just all chrome.
I mean, think about it, dude. We were like 10 years old digesting that. That's kind of strange.
Yeah.
It actually makes you stupid under a certain age because it goes at like 35 frames per second.
Yeah.
So like your little brain, like if my daughter watched that,
Doesn't
like it
process
actually make
it
her
fast
stupid.
enough.
It kills brain cells. It's like
Yeah.
scientifically proven because the frame rates are so fast. So that
So
cartoon,
yeah,
in
listen to that.
particular-
Don't show your little kid like SpongeBob when he's like 2 or 3 years old.
What the?
Wait a little bit.
Yeah, you hit a certain age when your like eyes and your brain can adapt to a certain frame rate that
Right.
the TV produces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, makes you fucking
Mess with
stupid.
your vision. Yeah.
Oh God, television, man.
Rots your brain.
It melts your brain.
So you got the ruby red. You got the ruby red guitar.
I got the ruby
And
red.
then you instantly started playing Purple Haze or like.
Well, no. It was this.
Yeah, you just start shredding.
It was this.
Like,
That's very easy to do. I found that my hand can produce a rhythm, and I found that if my left hand just put my fingers right here
yeah.
and kind of could just like make that noise happen,
Yeah.
that I kind of have control.
Yeah.
It was like it's just
Just
I'm not doing anything hard. It's the first string. I'm not even
Yeah.
I'm hardly making even a chord. It's an E minor chord. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It all starts like right there. And then I just kind of would tinker around with it and be like, "Oh, this is really cool. Like listen to me." And then I'd put it down and go run around and go outside and
Yeah.
get on my bike and fucking
Be a kid.
go to
Yeah.
Dollar General and
Yeah.
eat Reese cups and shit.
Yeah. Be a hooligan. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then and then I got really into guitar in high school, my junior year.
Okay. So what? During that, was it like a drop off where you didn't really?
Yeah, I
like,
wasn't.
You weren't really into it, or was it like?
No, I
was
wasn't.
it really like? Was there like that little period where you kind of were just like you still mess around every now and then?
Exactly. I was like, I was chilling.
You grew up.
I
You went through puberty, man. Like, I mean,
I was just doing. Yeah, I was just
Middle
like
school, and then
guitar's
middle high
cool.
school.
from like
yeah.
10 to 14. It's
I'm
just like
guitar's cool, but like I'm gonna have my guitars. That music is something. I'll still pick my guitar, but it wasn't like a fascination. It wasn't
Yeah.
like I wasn't like, ooh, like let me learn more guitar
Yeah.
until actually like when I crashed my car when I high school. Yeah, I had like flipped my car, and after that I was kind of like, shit. I kind of like playing music.
Yeah.
Because I remember after I got back to my house after the crash. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I ran upstairs and made sure I could still play guitar. Like I was fine, but like
yeah, you were.
everyone the cops were like, you need to go to the hospital. Like clearly you're okay. Like you're fine, but And then I ran to my house quick before I went to the hospital. Picked up my guitar, made sure I still knew how to play it in case some kind of like late reaction kind of like coma was induced or some shit. I don't know, but that was kind of a moment.
Or some shit.
Yeah, that was kind of a moment. I was like, shit. Okay. I obviously care about this in some deep, portion of my body.
It's a part of you
it's a
more
heart,
than-
it's a soul
more
thing.
than
Yeah.
you think, yeah.
So that was the thing, and then it just started turning into like, okay, this is my absolute passion. Like, this is what I live for right here.
absolutely.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, you graduated and went to Westchester. It wasn't really your thing.
Yeah, it wasn't, man. It was cool, but it wasn't jazz. Yeah. And at the time, if I would have went to Berkeley, dude, I don't know where I'd be. You know what I mean? But I went for classical guitar. If I would have been like more into like, if I could actually have had some jazz chops or like have been able to play some like actual jazz at that time, I would have went to probably audition for Berkeley and like done that kind of thing, But then I went to Westchester and it was just like, this feels like a second choice, or this feels like kind of like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not what you really wanted to do.
And which, yeah. And it was just learning. I mean, I learned a lot of technique. It kind of expanded my mind onto the fact that this thing is pretty complicated if you look at it.
Oh my God.
The guitar
Extremely
can be,
complicated.
the guitar's, it's ridiculous. Any instrument is, of course. Anything is complicated if you break it down to its roots and what it really is.
Yeah.
Everything
the
has
extra. The guitar's extra because there's so much you can do with.
Well, you know what I love about guitar? Guitar can do this. It's a chord, right? Mm-hmm. You're hearing more than one note resonate. Yeah. But then I can also go. I can play single notes. It's a melodic and it's a harmonic instrument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's capable of doing both things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can
mix it in between.
Exactly.
Put both together. Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? it's cool, and that makes it like a saxophone player only has to learn how to play melody because they're a saxophone player. You can't play a chord on a saxophone. Mm-hmm. Right. A horn player, trumpet player, trombone player. You can't play chords on a melodic instrument, unfortunately.
So it's like if you learn how to play the piano first, then it probably makes playing the guitar so much easier.
I was just down in was playing in Philadelphia in a recital for my friend Mark DeLuca, who graduated from the University of the Arts. You know.
Yep.
We played with some really killing jazz cats.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Dude, that was probably so much fun.
It was awesome, man, and the keyboard player. It's crazy how beautiful piano is, and how it can just take over any room when it's done properly. The piano's so beautiful.
It really just glide across it, dude. Some people, their fingers are so light when they play. It just looks effortless.
Oh my gosh! And this kid was crazy. And like at rehearsal, I was just like, whoa, man, this kid can play. Like the vibe was there. It was like, yo, this kid is ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it came down to the performance, and it was just, how can a guitar player even come behind a good piano player? Naturally. Like, you can be the best shredder, you can be the best anything. But, like, just if there's a good piano player coming up and just shredding before you, the guitar almost just sounds like it can't compete just with how full piano is. When it's done properly, you know what I mean?
That was very true. I don't know why I'm thinking this, but speaking of the piano, did you see that one kid who was, he had Down syndrome, I believe, and he was
on America's Got Talent.
Oh, dude, he could shred. Dude, he had chops.
He could sing though, dude. His voice was Cody.
Yeah, Cody something.
Cody White.
That popped up on my YouTube feed. I had to check that out, dude.
Cody,
amazing.
His name, but
absolutely
you guys,
amazing.
if you, I'm sure everybody has seen this. It was all over Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any social media it was on. This unbelievable. This kid could barely, get out a few words, but when he came down and sat down with the piano,
Cody Lee, yeah,
he sat down with the piano.
Dude, he got the golden buzzer for that shit, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the golden buzzer straight to the final.
When I saw that, I was like, he's going to win.
Straight to the
final. It brought tears to my eyes.
I got chills. I'm getting chills talking about it.
I love
watching
those.
Did you see that girl sing Bohemian Rhapsody, that 13-year-old?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Sweden. I'm pretty sure Sweden. God damn. She
Crazy.
killed that song. Dude.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
As soon as I saw that Cody Lee dude come up, and well, first off, I couldn't believe it. I got chills instantly, and then, like you said, I started tearing up because I just started thinking about how every day of this kid's life is somewhat of a struggle. To him, it might not seem be, but to us, you're like, fuck, this kid's not only blind, he not only has to deal with that, but he also has Down syndrome. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's wrong with him. I don't want to be like.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was.
Some, mental disability. Maybe.
Well, that just shows how music it can.
But that's truly amazing.
Dude, Mozart was
so
autistic.
Amazing.
Well, the thing about yeah,
he's like one of the best musical minds of all time.
And the thing about a musical mind is it's a language. It really is. That's why starting young at music is very important because it's a language. Yeah. It's easier to learn, a language when you're young. And especially if you're going to learn more than one, it should be when you're young. You know
that's why I was glad when we were.
Just a sponge.
That's why I was glad.
Soaks it all up.
What was it? Fourth or fifth? No, was it fourth grade?
Well, dude, you were always shred. Sorry.
Fourth grade. We had that tryout at Bloom Elementary. There was anyone interested in playing.
Yeah, dude, I was there.
Music.
Yes.
You could go down, and I went around. I tried the saxophone. I tried the trumpet, and then I went over and I was on the drums, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And so that's when I signed up, dude. I got that kit with that carrying case. I got that
kit.
That take home snare.
Oh yeah, the drum pad too. So when your parents are like, shut up.
When your parents were like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you throw that on. So I mean, it wasn't as cool as the actual drum. You hated putting that drum pad on.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And that is awesome because that should be done. Everybody should be introduced to music.
I feel like music's a very important part of a person's life.
Oh,
dude, you remember that stomp shit we did in 7th grade with the brooms?
Do you remember? I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Mr. Caustic taught us that.
Mr. Caustic, our bald music teacher. He was hilarious.
Yeah, he was a great teacher, dude. And every day for study hall, we went down and
every study hall, we went down and we had push brooms.
Intermittent beats with fucking push brooms. Yeah, we broke so many,
dude,
but they were super and refined, dude. Like they were so fucking tight, and we just made beats with brooms.
Yeah, of course.
And it was super cool. I think I have the video of that on like a camera.
Yeah, my mom definitely still has it.
Oh, absolutely.
It was, but that was like that was so much fun, and that got me super into drumming then, because I was like, well, not only
right after that is when I got my first kid.
Yeah, it really explored your mind into using other things to take and put them into like a musical aspect to them. Like, we just use fucking brooms, and the way you would use the broom and the way you would hit on a different side of the broom made a different noise.
Yeah.
So it was so cool to put it all together.
Oh my gosh, of course. And that's music. You know, it's funny, like when I play and I'm playing with other musicians, it's kind of like we all do our own thing behind closed doors. Like when I'm shedding and I'm like getting a practice in, like I'm getting a practice in. Like I'm being very specific and picky. I'm being very like tuned into what I want to sound like and how I sound at the moment, and get the fastest path to where I want to be. You know? Yeah. So that takes a lot of focus and a lot of energy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't even know where that thought began.
That's what happens. We just go on these little tangents.
Yeah, that was a tangent.
Yeah, all right, so you're growing up, right?
Yeah.
Who'd you listen to? So you didn't read music. You didn't like have a teacher. So
nope. This was
you
cool.
had to learn it audio, right? Like,
let's
so
see.
You
what was
to
really cool?
The greats. So like,
who'd you listen to? What was really cool?
And who'd you try to mimic? Like trying to.
Yeah. Let's get into this. Okay, so it was blues for a long time. Like something about like just being like.
B.B. King and.
Ooh, that's really loud. Sorry. Okay, like just hearing this.
That little swing beat that made you take
that's
a head nod.
That's a bit of a swing. You're right. Yeah, I swing and groove was cool. Like when I heard guitar players be like that was. I thought that was so cool.
And that's
I was
just
like,
the roots
then
of the blues,
then Stevie Ray Vaughan would be like,
add his little spice.
And I'm just like, shit. That is like just that right there. That changed my entire musical life. Yeah. Like when I was like, wait, you want me to go practice? You want me to go practice classical guitar when I could be going like? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Don't know shit.
I'm like, wait, you want me to actually sit down with an acoustic guitar, grow my fingernails out,
and pick it,
and play a Bach concerto for cello, arranged for guitar? No, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. That is beautiful, but I just can't do that.
Yeah, not your...
Blues was way too cool.
Excuse me, Jesus.
It was just too cool. Classical music is cool as shit. I like classical music.
Agreed, yeah.
But blues, rock, and jazz is just way too cool.
I agree. I love the
funk, jazz, blues, rock, anything.
Derives
dude.
from like jazz, dude.
Yeah, funk, man. Funk is that little
jazz, dude. Just
like
puts that extra little beat on the jazz that turns it into funk.
I fucking love funk, dude. Funk just makes you want to get up and dance.
That's why I was saying the motet. So that's why I said that earlier, because the way you like that little intro.
The motet's like Earth, Wind, and Fire mixed with. They're like a mimicked Earth, Wind, and Fire, honestly.
True.
But with some good vocals.
Yeah.
Like, they're so good. And they're so groovy. You got some more funk to them, you know, more jam bandy funk. Yeah, they're good, dude.
Yeah, they... Oh, yeah, no, the, like I said, like, you would like the motet strictly because, like, in that beginning groove that you had, there's a song that even, like, it starts out and it almost sounds like that groove. It's just that. Actually, Ripe too. Have you ever heard of Ripe?
Ripe. Oh my gosh, I have stumbled upon Ripe actually. It's funny. I like how Apple Music and Spotify will like give you suggested. That's awesome for artists because, you know, being part of a genre includes, you know, interpreting certain things and making sure they're kind of present in some kind of sense in your playing. And that makes you part of a genre, which means you're all kind of feeding off of each other. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you see, you know, couple guitar players hip to the scene for something are going to be all kind of playing their same kind of flow, you know? Understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In a sense.
So like kind of like Marcus King and like Billy Strings. You know, they're both going up in like the jam band scene, and they're both
And they're
young,
killing,
and
and they're
both
killing players.
See, they're like playing
And
at the jam
kinda
band scene,
feeding
but
each
they're
also bluegrass,
like bluegrass,
Yeah.
jam,
Dude,
like
and they're folk. Like
Billy
they're playing
Strings
peach.
But I don't know if
dude.
you've seen Billy Strings yet live, but he's
I haven't seen him live, but
dope.
dude, I've
Dude,
always respected.
they're at all the festivals this year though. Like all the
Oh, they're
all
hitting
of
the
them.
scene hard. That's what I'm saying. I remember Marcus King. I was so happy I got to meet him at Briggs, man. I got to
Yeah.
shake his hand and talk to him for a second, and excuse me, it was really.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was super stoked about that.
I love
Like,
that, dude.
Yeah.
Meeting that happened to me like Pigeons, the Pigeons Festival. We went to Dome Fest. We saw after their one late set, we were walking around, Cole and Derek and I for a little bit afterwards, just to breathe and get some fresh air. Cause
Yeah, totally. Just chilling.
sweating, going hard at a concert, and
Yeah.
we all of a sudden. Gator and Manny Newman just like walked by, and I was like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" And we like all shook hands and we like talked for a second. I was like, "Yo, you guys did like great tonight." They were all like so thankful and
Totally.
just went on
They're
with our
just down
night.
to earth, man.
Just
Like,
went on
they're
with our
just-
day.
Well, I mean, it's kind of yeah. I just feel like most musicians are all the ones I've ran into, and or hung out with
It's
slash
just something
jammed
that
with.
comes along with music, you know.
It's just such
Besides,
a
like,
humbling
pop.
music. Well, even
Besides
pop
pop
music.
art.
I mean,
I
okay,
feel
all
like
right.
people
Pop
like
music
that,
is one
though.
thing. Although,
Yeah,
like,
man,
come
but,
on,
like,
like
you're-
Billy,
like, the
Billy
top-
though, like,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
Yo, she's talented.
Her
She's
and her
talented.
brother took home some Grammys, man. Like, and hey, they're killing it. They're doing their thing. They're artists, you know, and that's what an artist does.
Yeah, they are talented. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
they're winning. They're winning things.
But I'm talking about like your Taylor Swifts and your Ariana Grandes of the world. Like,
Yeah,
they're,
okay.
they're not.
That's a
the-
topic too. Yeah. I feel.
they're not.
I'm happy to see Jacob Collier winning 2 Grammys, though. Number 3 and 4. That dude's a genius. Everyone go check him out. Jacob Collier. Man, is just insane at the musical universe.
Yeah, I think that when people meet, I feel like when people meet musicians like that, and I'm sure that it occurs often. You know, what I mean, I'm sure that you're not the only one that stopped him and shook his hand that day at Briggs.
Totally. Oh, yeah.
I feel like
people are going to go talk to
I
you.
feel
yeah.
like people can genuinely tell though when you're actually interested in not just going up to them and be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, man, can I get a picture quick?"
Yeah.
When you literally sit there and you're like, you talk to them like an actual person for a
totally.
couple
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, totally.
They're like, okay, this
can't
kid
remember-
actually like
I can't remember who
he's into
told
me.
me.
You know, I
Yes.
get it. Like you're a fan, and I think that gives
Exactly.
them that little bit of like pride, and then they'll
Well,
talk
yeah,
to
but they're
you.
just people too. You know,
Yeah.
like they're just doing their thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
someone who's a killing bass player playing in some big band was just someone who was really into playing bass and just so happened to end up in that big band. You know,
Yeah.
they're just people
Yeah.
chilling, doing their thing. So it's like
Yeah.
what I've learned is, I can't remember who told me this or where I heard it from, but like just walk up to them, stick your hand out, thank you for your work. Like, I really appreciate your art. And that is probably the best compliment they've had compared to, like, I remember I was down in Nashville and in the Gulch, and it was this real hip little, like, touristy kind of area.
Yeah.
And what's this one? He won some Grammys the other night. Who's that pop star? He's got that voice that everyone just loves. Sam Smith, maybe, or something?
Pitbull.
Sam Hunt,
Not Sam Hunt.
Luke Combs.
No. I don't know.
Ed Sheeran?
No, this dude's a big name.
Justin Timberlake.
No, more modern.
Shawn Mendes.
He was at the restaurant, actually. Yeah, Shawn Mendes. He came to the restaurant I was working at, actually. He was there while I was working. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Milk and Honey was the name of the restaurant.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. What? Sam Smith? I think it's Sam Smith.
Okay.
Is that an artist?
Yeah.
Is that a name?
Yeah.
Some pop-lovey pop star kind of guy?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he like walked past and everyone just freaked out, but like, you know what I mean? Like, people were just like, "Oh my god," you know, like he's got to deal with
That's
that.
what I'm saying. People can.
He would probably
they
enjoy
can
just
tell.
like a, "Hey man, your music just like makes me feel so much better when I'm sad."
Yeah, if you give him
That
a
would
genuine
make me feel
compliment,
so
it's-
much better.
It's crazy you say that because
That would make me feel.
in the
Yeah,
game,
absolutely.
Amazing.
Other than like, oh my god, I love you so much. Like, no, fuck off.
Dude, that's what I did with...
You in the back. Come here. Let me talk to you.
Hey, man.
Like,
yeah.
Dude, that's what I did when I met all the pigeons.
Yeah.
When I met all the pigeons guys, dude, that's literally all I did.
You know how it goes, dude. You can't friend these
like,
people
yo.
if you're not chill with them.
I was like,
Oh, absolutely.
First time I met Gator, I was like, dude, I think your drumming is like you're the best drummer I've seen live.
Definitely,
like I love drumming to like your music. Like you're amazing, dude. He was like so thankful, dude. You know, like obviously he had no reason. He was like, I asked him to take a picture. He's like, of course, man. And then when I met Greg, I did the same thing. I met Greg and did the same thing. It was like, yeah, man, I think you're great. That was actually the first one I met was Greg, was the lead singer. I met him. He was at the merch table the one night when I took Cole. And I was like, yo, dude, I think you guys are great. I was like, can I get a picture quick? Did the same. And then Ben, I've like run into Ben at the weirdest spots, dude. Mm-hmm. The bassist for Pigeons. A couple concerts we went to. One time I was walking to the show and he just walked right by him in like some street in State College. He just walked right by us and we were like, yo, dude, what's up? And we just like talked to him for a little bit.
Definitely.
And the one concert I went to, I was like crossing the street to like go to the show and like he's standing on the corner of the street and I was just like, yo, dude, what's up? Like, how's it going?
Yeah, right.
I just talked to him for a second.
Exactly.
They really do appreciate it. They can definitely tell too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you're just coming up trying to be,
when they're a real down to earth artist.
Yeah,
I feel like most of the time they are. You know, like someone who's actually like, I don't know, just from what I've kind of observed and seen, dude. If you're a killing musician, most likely, dude, you're super down to earth. Again, sometimes that is wrong, and sometimes that's not so accurate. I guess actually thinking about it. But at least, I don't know. The cats that I would want to be hanging out with, I know are probably down to earth. Some musicians get kind of snobby, though.
You definitely have your Motley Crues of the world, right?
Well,
you're straight just fucking crackheads. And they are the most entertaining, though.
Yeah,
right?
some of the most.
Did you watch the movie The Dirt on Netflix?
I did, that was,
Like, Ozzy snorting those fucking ants off the cup.
Yeah, that was just some shit,
That's fucking great.
And yeah, exactly.
Some people get too caught up in the partying, though, man. They get caught up in the partying, and it's their downfall. You know, like they come out with maybe one more good album, and then they tank.
Okay, listen.
And then
here's the thing.
they burn through all their cash, and then they're broke.
Right, budget is a thing. We're in a different, like, kind of generation, obviously, with technology and things. Back in the day, it was very like record label, like get your record label, be the hot band in town.
We've evolved past that now.
Yeah, way past that. And it's just things are so much different. People
things like YouTube and fucking
the
Apple Music.
Well, the internet. Yeah, exactly.
The internet.
www.
Remember when people thought the internet was just gonna be a fad?
No way, shut up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what the same thing they said with like Amazon.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Apple and all those. But they're like, nope, don't invest your money. They won't be much. $1 billion industries.
I mean, dude, honestly, to make it in this world, you got to hit the bottom.
I do believe that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of really good. Oh, this is another reason why I respect like. Not only musicians but comedians a lot.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a hard lifestyle, man.
That's
hard.
They have been through. You haven't been through something. There's very few comedians that haven't been through something that is life changing, life altering, like something extremely fucked up. Like you go through some shit when you are growing up as like a little kid, like going through life, like. That's why another reason why I love the Honeydew, Ryan Sickler. I don't know if you listen to that. It's a podcast where people come on and like talk about their childhoods and upbringings, and, like the dark. He likes to say they're highlighting the lowlights,
right?
Which is I love that. I think that's amazing saying. And they go on there, and some of the stuff they talk about is just like absolutely crazy. And it's cool to see how that compares with musicians a lot too, because a lot of musicians. Like you said, have been in that place where they're really in a downward spiral, like in a bad place, but then rise up and become like an awesome like great musician. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I love what's the crap? I'm like blanking on the name. Red Hot Chili Peppers guy. His book. His book. Come on, guys.
Nope.
Anthony Sudeikis.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anthony Sudeikis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The lead singer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
What's his
book-
name again?
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His book is something else because he talks about all the fucked up shit that he went through as a kid growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like his dad bought him a stripper or a hooker to have. That's like the first girl he had sex
When he was
with,
like
right?
8, dude.
Yeah.
Or 10, something like that.
Like you
Anthony
like
Kiedis.
Anthony Kiedis,
Okay,
not Sudeikis. Man, he's an actor. Sudeikis.
Yeah. No, I read his fucking book. But,
Yeah.
dude. He had a lot of fucked up shit happen to him. His dad made him
Yeah.
sit there and smoke weed for the first time at 8 years old and had sex at 11 or something like that.
What's
Like crazy things happen. Now, don't get me wrong. Like
He's
this-
done his fair share of drugs.
No,
too.
London.
I mean,
What have you guys seen that nonfiction or I don't even know if that film about John Lennon and his childhood and shit?
no, I didn't see it.
Oh, what is that called? It's on Netflix. Check it out. Shit.
Rocket Man? Is that the one?
No,
That's
not
Elton John.
Elton John.
No, hang
Imagine? Is that what it's called?
on. Oh, I think so.
Yeah, no, I did not see that.
It makes sense if it was Imagine. Like his best song.
Yeah, but like comedians. are
Oh
like,
wait, is
they-
it Nowhere Boy?
No. Find it.
Oh yeah, Nowhere Boy. That's what it is. Nowhere
Okay.
Boy. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, kind of the same thing, trying to kind of highlight John Lennon's shit. Yep, Nowhere Boy. That's the name of the film. Yeah, check it out. Good movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely have to watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
What were you saying?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Huh?
What were you saying?
Saying what?
I don't know. You were saying
No, I'm
something.
just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
But it's cool to see. It's cool to see how how fucked up someone's life was
Okay.
should have been. Like usually when people go through that kind of stuff, like it doesn't end too well. Like you're gonna have your issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most comedians still have their issues. Like I'm sure 80% of them have a psychiatrist. And they probably talk to someone because
Totally.
they've just seen like some of the shit I've heard on that podcast that I said earlier in the Honeydew.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I've heard on that is just like I'm living in a goddamn fantasy world. Like I grew up in a fantasy household compared to what these guys had to deal with. It's crazy.
Oh goddamn.
Like some of them were on their own at 15, 16 years old. It's just
Yeah.
couldn't even imagine.
They figure it out,
that.
dude.
It's crazy.
They figure it out.
It's crazy, but it makes for great comedy.
Yeah.
All those crazy ass stories.
It's their way of coping.
Makes
You
for
know, they just
amazing
laugh about it because
stories.
how the fuck
Emotional-
else do you deal with it?
Emotional expression.
Yeah, what else are you
Emotional
gonna do? What else are
expression.
you gonna do
Absolutely.
with that
Health-
stuff?
That's
It
the
Either-
thing.
flows out of them.
Healthy emotional expression. Art.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Healthy emotional expression. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Laughing at that shit does make stuff a lot better. That's why all the time, I love going to funerals and telling funny stories because it's just
Dude, I
don't
hate
wanna sit
funerals.
there.
I hate them.
totally.
I'm not getting a casket, dude. I'm getting fucking cremated.
I
Or
want-
bait me into a tree.
I
Or I
want-
saw you can get your ashes pressed into a record, and then you can leave messages.
Oh,
like audio recordings for your kids and shit, and they can just
Whoa.
play you and turn your ashes into a record.
I think
So
that's
fucking
cool, but it's
Or turn me into a
depressing
tree.
as shit.
Yeah, half.
I
half.
think that's
Do both.
cool, but depressing as shit at the same time.
I mean, it
don't
depends
mind
how you
body
look at
going to
life
the
and
ground,
death. Yeah, it
Sure.
depends. How you look
Sure.
at it.
I don't want my body on the ground. I want a
I've said
rod.
this before. I want a Viking funeral.
That'd be
What
dope.
is that?
I want
They
to
put
be
you on a boat, man. And
they put me on a
fucking-
raft of logs, shoot me out into a body of water, and some dude from 300 yards shoots a flaming arrow and lights me on fire.
You
And
burn
burns me.
in-
And
at
burns
sea.
my body and burns me into the sea.
What?
The Muslims do that too. That's what they supposedly did with Osama bin Laden's body. They turned him over so he could have a proper burial.
Fuck that guy.
And that's what happened to his body somehow.
I don't necessarily think it's that's quote Viking funeral, but that's you've seen the movie, what is it, Camelot? The Knights of the Round Table? You
Yeah.
see that movie?
No.
But that's
I'm bad with movies, guys.
Oh, dude.
I'm so
See,
bad with
you-
movies.
We're
You
good
do,
with- we're pretty good with movies,
yeah, you
man.
do
We
I
bad.
see a lot of
You do
movies.
bad on the shows with movie quotes.
No, yeah, you guys are on that shit, man.
Yeah.
You always have been.
But the way that they send off their king in that movie is they send him off this body of water, and this dude just aims up and goes and just shoots this arrow, and it's like 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden it just like lands on the raft, lights it up, sparks it up, and then he like falls off a waterfall. Like the flaming thing, like I don't know if it goes off a waterfall or not, but
Yeah.
that'd
Waterfall
be cool.
would be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah,
Right?
waterfalls are cool.
I'd go out like a Jedi. I'd have you like.
All right, what about Rise of Skywalker?
It was good, dude. I really enjoyed it.
Torch me.
Yeah,
exactly. I
torch
want to be fire.
Alright.
And I want you to. My grandfather, when my grandfather gets cremated, he wants "Great Balls of Fire" playing. Like you know that song.
Yeah.
Great balls of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants that playing while he gets cremated. And we're gonna honor it. And he just wants a party. He doesn't want a fucking funeral. He wants a party. And I want the same thing. Like when I die.
Oh, I want
the
kegs.
same thing.
I want a bonfire. See, I was thinking that too, but like the smell would be kind of gross. But like, just have a giant bonfire and toss my body in.
Oh God, what the?
I'm dead as fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Nobody's gonna do that.
Dude, no way.
I know.
No way.
Put me in the middle and build a bonfire around it.
Maybe from a distance.
Yeah, no, the smell would be terrible. That's why you can't do that. But like,
Yeah,
that's what I would want to happen.
For some reason, when you said like "burn me in the bonfire," I was thinking of like everybody standing around it, like holding hands, like singing "Kumbaya," just like
There's Guff
letting
with
you
the
rise to
guitar.
the heavens, yeah. Playing in the arms of an angel.
Everyone's just like humming, just like. No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Or Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, don't want a casket.
I don't want to do that, dude. I don't want to watch you burn.
I don't want someone looking at me.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to light you on fire. I'd rather just like I don't want to look at you.
See, I would want one of you to do it though.
The Viking thing's
If you had
perfect.
the
I don't have to watch you
capability.
burn. I don't want to smell you.
That's the
Yeah, I don't
problem
want to smell
with the
you.
bonfire.
Yeah,
So
it's
maybe
gonna reek.
maybe an after bonfire, and then the kegs of beer, band. Like I will have a death stash. Well, I will have money set aside and say
For the banger.
you spend this on a banger of a fucking
Just like 10 G's.
family reunion.
Just set it aside.
And
Everyone you know.
Fuck, dude, you'll need that just for the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just dig a hole out back and put
That's
me
why
in
I'm
it.
not going in a coffin, man. Dig a hole out back. Oh, Jesus.
Just go into the woods somewhere and dig a 3-foot hole somewhere. Make sure it's deep enough where an animal can't get to me. I'll be alright. It's not gonna matter, dude. It's just a body at that point.
I wouldn't want to know you were buried out back. I don't know if I'd be able to sleep.
That would be nuts, though.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you
Definitely.
go back? What'd you do?
Fuck with your family.
What'd you do with Paul? Oh, he's out back there.
He never left.
You what?
He's watching over us. He's right over there. No, yeah. I would want to haunt someone, though. That'd be fun for a little bit.
No.
Not a haunt, but fuck with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd come
okay.
back. I'd fuck with you.
I don't
I'd
wanna-
come back.
Yeah,
and fuck with
oh,
you, dude.
I wouldn't make it evil. I would just make it just so, like you shut a door, I open it. Like I would do that constantly.
Dude,
Same
I
thing
would
with-
tease you,
same
but then
thing
I would
with
just
lights.
like smack shut a door and then just like not do anything for the rest of the night and just make it to where you couldn't sleep.
Yeah, like just keep cutting the lights
Absolutely.
on.
Yeah, just for like
Rip your
like
sheets
2
off a
days.
couple
Just for like
times
2 days and then
until you
disappear
kill
for like
yourself.
3 years and then come back
Yeah.
and then do it again.
It's
do it again for like a week and a half this time and then just leave
Oh,
again.
dude, I'm gonna haunt
Maybe
the
like
shit
6
out of
years
you.
and then come back.
I'm gonna haunt the shit out of you.
I'm definitely gonna die first, dude. Hands down.
Nah. It's up for debate.
No doubt.
Nah. Probably not.
You want to bet?
No. Who's gonna win? I'm just gonna. While I'm checking out your casket, I'm gonna go into your wallet real quick and be like, he owes me about $20, guys.
I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna do that now. If I die, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna
Leave a
say
20
in my
in your
will,
pocket.
leave my wallet and then 20 in a pocket, and I want Willie
Just
to
leave a
steal
20 in my
cash from
right.
a dead man.
Just leave a 20 in my right front pocket. Have
Yeah.
Willie's name on it.
Yep, I'm doing it now.
I'll do it. I don't
Alright,
care.
yep.
Be like, we had a
It's gonna
bet.
happen.
Sorry, you shook on it a while ago.
We're even now. You can rest easy.
See you, Cole. Oh my God, dude, that'd be.
I don't want to get old though, dude. Like I feel like getting old fucking sucks. You come in diapers and you go out in diapers. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it is weird. That is weird.
Getting old. Yeah.
That is weird. You come in diapers.
It depends how you take it. Like being
that
young.
Sucks. You're basically just a big giant baby when you get old. You're shitting yourself. Someone's got to feed you.
Yep.
Like fuck.
Dude, if I get Alzheimer's and I don't know anything, take me out back and put me down.
Absolutely.
Shoot me in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Finish me, please.
Mice and Men style for me.
Please.
Take me to a beautiful hillside and be like,
where are the rabbits, George?
Isn't that view beautiful, Will? And I'll be like, who are you? And then just...
What the fuck?
Seriously, dude. Like, I do... like I haven't personally had to deal with it, but I've had like a couple family members have it. I know like people I've worked with have it. Like not people I've worked with, but people I've worked with, their older family members have like developed it. And it's like, oh, dude, that's one of the worst. I think that truly, other than cancer, is like one of the worst diseases you can probably get.
I think it's worse than cancer.
Psychologically,
you don't even know the fuck who you
psychologically, it's the worst.
You have absolutely no idea what's going on.
You just forget things. Not only that, like, dude, this is kind of like sad.
Not only do you forget things, but like you forget, like it goes away. Like it doesn't come back. Like somewhat comes back in lapses, but like it's hardly.
It's mostly gone.
Like, it breaks through like for like 3 seconds a day.
I had a cousin.
Oh my God.
I had a cousin who had it, and I felt terrible because I went over to like help them like do some stuff at their house because they're older and we like put in their air conditioners or whatever. And she had every cabinet. She had every cabinet labeled and every drawer labeled with what was in it. And it just hit me hit me deep, and I was like, God.
Yeah, like,
dude,
you get to that point.
You couldn't remember where to get a glass from to get a cup of water.
I know,
like you forget
man,
what
like,
you forgot what fucking cupboard
Yeah, that's
was
what I'm
in.
saying, dude. I'm not doing that. No.
I don't. Well,
no.
see,
Kill me.
if that
If I can't do it myself, fucking do it for me, please.
If that sort of thing starts happening,
don't let me do that.
If there's no like bound like cure or anything, I'll try something. But if nothing works, I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget like my family and friends. I
don't want to hinder their lives. I don't want to be at a point where they have to donate enough of their time that they have to fucking take care of me. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be taken care of, dude. Yeah. Like I don't want to like have to move in. Like I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be like an inconvenience to them. You know what I mean? Like I gave birth to them. They get to live their own lives. Once they get to that point where they have their own families and shit. Like I don't want to have to like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
dude, but family,
kids,
man, family
you're
runs.
Going to.
Family runs deep. Though,
I know
man.
you're going to. I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to be a burden.
I think, but but you know what the thing is? I think for what you think, I think that might be you. You might think you're being a burden, but to someone who actually wants to take care of you, that's
100% true.
You know what I mean?
No,
like someone might really want that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you're completely right.
You may feel like you're being a burden, but that might be something that,
Yeah.
I don't know. Family runs deep. They do things,
What the hell was that? Isn't that what you came down here for?
Took the fucking juice away.
I gave it to you. Why'd you come down here?
But yeah, no, I would definitely. Let's switch topics. That's depressing as hell. Let's talk about something
That
else.
is depressing as hell.
Let's talk about something fun. Let's get into our question. We haven't like asked. We wanted this to be like our question we asked a bunch of people, but we haven't done it yet.
All right,
so
ask me.
Okay, so this is the scenario.
Okay.
Apocalypse happens.
Yes.
We got. We'll say. What did we call?
It's not if.
Cole, what did we say?
It's not if. It's when.
We said zombie apocalypse, or are we just going zombie apocalypse? Okay,
Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse. Post like something happened like where gunpowder. I forget what someone said this before, but like
gunpowder
doesn't work. So like guns, bullets, ammo, that stuff doesn't work.
Yep.
What are your go-to weapons of choice? And Darby, you can actually answer this too since you're here.
I think I already answered this question before.
Well, no, that was on the one we didn't. That was on the one we
So
aren't gonna do it.
I said before because you guys laughed at it.
What did you say before?
I think I said. I can't remember now, but I remember I said it and everybody laughed at me like it was ridiculous. I think I said a knife, but I wasn't
machete.
thinking.
Oh,
because I was thinking more
machete.
like,
You said a
okay,
machete.
I gotta make a house in the woods and.
True.
See, you gotta.
I mean,
and you
that's
You're gonna
like
make a house
stash
with
it,
a
and
knife?
eat it.
But wait,
You're gonna kill a rabbit with a pocket knife.
Listen, you don't know what I can do.
I'd pay to see that.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Jane.
Okay, yeah, a rabbit
knife.
with a pocket
Fuck you
knife.
guys.
That's tough.
You're gonna throwing knife at deer.
Yeah.
Well, but with a blade, but you
That would
need
be
something to harvest wood with. If I chose a bow and arrow, I clearly would have to
Bow and
harvest
arrow.
some wood to
But if it's
to
zombies,
use
though,
a actual functioning bow and arrow.
We said what, 2? We said 2.
Double-ended.
So like.
Oh wait, I get
You're
2.
carrying. So yeah.
So I get a knife and something else.
I would go. What I said is bow and arrow. You
Okay.
know that distance.
So I don't have to make
Also
my bow and
hunting.
arrow. I just get a compound bow and arrow.
Yeah, like say you just go to we raid Walmart and we.
Oh, and I
snag
score a
some-
bow and arrow.
we
Okay,
snag
cool.
Some bows. Like,
Okay,
they're
that's
not,
cool.
We're not gonna have to whittle our own bows out of tree limbs.
Oh, that's
and
where I
shit.
went. That's where I
No.
went.
Yeah, no. This is still like.
you can have a compound bow.
Yeah.
I went very
compound bow.
primitive.
Or a
there.
crossbow. This is kind of like
And then
Walking
I said
Dead
2
status.
katanas, dude. I just want like dual wielded katanas where I can put them together.
Katanas.
Because you got to go for the head, right? For
Interesting.
zombies, so you
Yeah,
just cut
I
their
also
fucking
said-
top.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I
they're
also
so sharp,
said-
dude. You can just slice through their heads.
I
real
also
quick.
said two-handed
Oh,
weapon.
okay, yeah, that's
And then
pretty
keep your distance with a bow.
Two-handed weapon. I would think two-handed like dual-bladed sword, kind of deal. Where I got 2. I got 2. Like Cole said 2, where they put together 2. But,
Basically,
like,
think
2
Darth Maul.
Like, right, of course. Yeah.
So two like skinny machetes,
Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's my primary. And then my secondary is the bow and arrow. Hit Y, swap to them quick, and pull up the. Yeah. So what would you go with?
Okay. I like a bow and arrow. I myself also really appreciate the functionality of a bow and
Yeah, I
arrow,
think the bow has a
especially
lot of purpose.
due to stealth and
Also hunt with it.
exactly versatility.
Meatloaf! Oh yeah, take some pictures of us.
There you go.
Now that you said it like that, I don't really want to.
I charge for these, so shit's not free.
It's not free. All right. So what's your choice?
Okay, I said bow and arrow.
Okay.
I have one more to choose.
Okay.
Does it have to be a weapon or just a tool?
I feel like when we're doing this, we're gonna be carrying like a backpack. I feel like we already have a backpack, so you can have tools in it.
Excuse me,
You know what I mean? Like we're not
Yeah.
just gonna be going around without like a backpack on. I feel like we'll have a backpack on.
Yeah.
So if that tool can fit in a backpack, then no. But if it doesn't, then yes.
I think I would
say it.
definitely
Walk
want.
it out.
So no one else has a gun. No one has guns.
No,
No
guns.
guns.
don't work. No, ammo, the
Okay.
ammunition.
So
doesn't
my
work.
range is okay because I have a bow and arrow. So
Yeah.
now I need to kind of think close quarter and melee if I get in a
Yep.
situation where I'm
Mhm.
hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, like you're
So I'm
clearing
definitely-
the house so
Find
you
out
can
zombies.
scavenge, right? Like you know what I mean. You know, like you watch fucking like Walking Dead and play zombie video games.
Oh, dude,
like,
one of my
so you
favorite.
clear a house.
Dead
Book of
Rising,
Yo, wait,
what's
wait.
your-
Book of Eli, Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
Killer
great
movie.
movie.
It's a great
Killer movie.
Great movie.
Okay, but anyway.
Spoiler.
Definitely some sort of sharp blade like he has. Like he got in some shit, but he got out of
that
it with
blade
that
is-
fucking
It's like a
blade.
sword, but also like a machete.
Yeah,
Like,
it's more of a
rounded,
machete,
but
but
it's
the-
serrated at the bottom,
Yeah.
so like it just like
It's like
rips your
take
guts out.
yeah. Like take a rogue shaped blade,
Like a
kind
Gears
of like.
of War kind of gun with a
Oh,
chainsaw.
dude, if I could pick anything, it'd definitely be the Lancer.
Okay.
Absolutely, dude. Have a chainsaw in the front of my shit. Hell yeah.
That'd be super funny.
I take the battle rifle from fucking Halo too.
Oh,
Yeah,
3-shot
totally.
burst.
Right, yeah.
guns don't work, Cole. Idiot.
I
Halo
know,
3,
I'm
dude.
just saying.
That game was the best.
Like
Halo
opportune or ACR with the iron sights and a silencer and full metal.
3. Halo 3 was the best thing ever.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, dude, ACR.
Jeez, man, yeah. I played that game.
I freaked out
We used
on
to play that
someone
shit
the other.
together.
I
Yeah, we
freaked out
played
on
that
someone the other night, kind of like Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just freaked out. I was playing with like, since nobody else was on, so I was just trying to like play randoms, and dude, it's so frustrating. And I was playing with these guys, and I played like 5 or 6 games, and then eventually I had a whole team on me, down like 2 or 3 of them. Ended up getting killed, and my teammates are just not running over to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just flipped out. I was like, "You fucking piece of shit!" And I just went off and I had a little tangent, and then I just quit the game and went on YouTube. I was like, done playing this game right now. Can't do it.
Yo, I got an idea. You play us a riff.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll try to guess who it is.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay, yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm probably gonna be a little bad at this.
Make them a little easy at first so I can get warmed up.
I might be bad at it too.
Anything, dude.
Okay.
Just has to sound like. It's AC/DC. Noise pollution, rock and roll, ain't gonna die.
Very nice, Cole. Very nice. Very nice.
Cole won.
All right.
1-0, baby.
I'm gonna lose.
Dude, I recognize it.
Is this band or guitar player? We have to say.
It's kind. I don't know if I'm actually playing that riff right, but I think like I don't know, like a bluesy rock guy from the '70s.
I was about to say Elvis.
Okay. Kinda. Think E though. Think E.
Clapton?
There you go. Lay Down Sally, you know that too?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I'm playing that lick right. I don't know if I'm playing the lick right. So don't hold me accountable, but...
Clapton, yeah, they're fucking great, dude. Gotta throw him in like the top 5.
Yeah, Clapton is the man, dude. Got really into Clapton. I thought he was so cool.
He's almost deaf, dude.
That's crazy.
You can't hear out of his right ear, and he's almost completely deaf.
Dude, I remember just all the times I'd be on YouTube watching like the Crossroads Festival videos. Yeah, dude, they just be killing it. When B.B. King was alive, dude, he'd just be up there sitting like rocking back and forth to the blues, but like just killing it. Just playing like unbelievably, man. Like,
that's who taught John Mayer, right? And Derek Trucks, like they studied under B.B. King,
right?
Yeah. Well, John Mayer just puts a lot of his. I mean, John Mayer has said that he listened to B.B. King pretty much before every one of his shows when he was touring around with a blues trio in the 2000s, I think. So, I mean, yeah, that's high praise. I don't know if they studied directly with each other, but definitely a lot of time was spent listening to B.B. King. You know, you can hear it just through John's playing. You know what I mean? He loved B.B. King.
I think it's crazy how he plays with like the Grateful Dead now.
Dude, he kills it with the Dead.
They're so good, dude.
They couldn't have picked a better guitar player.
So good.
Wholeheartedly, I think that.
So good.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, he's as good as any, that's still alive. I mean, he can fucking tear it up. Yeah, dude, he can tear it up.
Yeah, he can, yeah. Dude, that LA concert.
I hate when people only know him for, like...
I mean, I've had my moments with John Mayer, though. I loved John Mayer, and then I kind of was like, I fell out of it.
Like A Whole World Changing and like, what was it, Heartbreak Warfare? Like, I hate when people are like, those are the songs.
Yeah, but some of his riffs are great.
Dude, even like Prince's, like, underground stuff that people don't really know about. Like, Prince was a fucking very talented guitar.
Yeah, he was funky, man. He was funky, man.
Yeah, he was really good. There's a lot of his shit that they haven't even released. Like, even like Mac Miller, dude. Mac Miller had so much shit. He had like enough for like 22 albums or some shit like that.
God.
Like pre-recorded that he never even released.
That's an archive for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like they just released one like last week, right? A week or two ago, Circles.
Yeah, it's been I think like a month. I don't know. It's been
a couple weeks. Yeah.
Wait, they released they actually released it.
An album. Yeah.
Mac Miller album.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to listen to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I haven't listened to that.
He was an artist, dude. We grew up with that motherfucker.
I did like Mac
we were the same
He's
age.
the OG hipster, wasn't he?
Dude.
Isn't he like the actual hipster, right?
I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Close to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Sure.
His style of rap though is just very
laid back.
I love
it.
Yeah.
Like I think of Mac, I think of like Senior Skip Day and like Party on Fifth Ave and like his, his hits, but like they were great.
Holy shit!
Like anytime Senior Skip Day comes on, I know every word and it just puts me in such a good mood. Like aha!
I love
yeah, everyone loves something they can sing to.
Yeah,
I love another reason why he what was it, Divine Feminine, that album. Is that the name of it, right?
Not sure.
It is? Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Darby.
you, Jamie.
Thank you. He used a live band in that when he went and toured.
Yeah, dude. Well, that NPR concert he
that
did.
was
Yeah, the
dope.
one in like a bookstore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Those live session. You see that?
Well, do you
Maybe
guys,
it's not the same thing.
do you guys know NPR Tiny Desk? Those things they do on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
The videos? Like, they have the band come in. It's like in a little office. They have it like
Oh,
rigged
yeah,
up to
yeah,
look like a
yeah.
little stage studio thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played on that just like a month or so before he died.
That's
with
crazy.
his live band. The guitar player's killing. Justice West is his name. Like, he's in that R&B kind of like
Yep.
hip hop game out in LA, dude. Super fresh.
I did like that album. I just love the live band aspect. I
Dude,
wish
oh
I
my
could have
gosh,
seen him with
killing
that live
guitar
band.
player. Thundercat is a killing guitar player too.
Yeah.
He's a bass player, but Thundercat is amazing. Do you guys know who Thundercat is?
Mm-mm.
I feel like
Oh my gosh, he plays a 6-string bass and he shreds on it. Dude, look it up. Mac
you
Miller.
ever seen Joe Dart from Wolfpack? Ever seen that guy?
Dude, wait, do you know Corey Wong?
Oh my god, yeah.
You know Corey Wong? Do you know Corey Wong? Volpek. He's the guitar player for Wolfpack, I think.
He plays in Wolfpack.
Dude, I played with him
video,
down in Nashville, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like a jam at this club, and like I was there, and like you just kind of hop up stage, you just put your name on a clipboard, and they'll just kind of like call you up periodically. And it was the end of the night, and they like called me up to play guitar, and they called Corey Wong up. He hopped on the bass, so I got to like jam out with Corey Wong at this club in Nashville.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, it was tight. It was cool as
dope.
shit.
Hell yeah! I think they were just.
Is there a video of that somewhere?
Yeah, there actually is on Facebook.
Oh
Yeah?
my God.
Yeah, my mom's Facebook.
Okay, so put your plug in.
I think it's Andrea Guffey. Andrea Belanda, maybe?
Okay, so
Andrea
it's on her
Belanda
page.
Guffey. Go
You
check it
share
out.
that
yeah.
shit on your page, dude.
Shit, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming to my page soon, which
By
is...
the time this is out, yeah, you can put it on your page.
Okay, yeah, cool. Work. All right.
Yeah, what's your Instagram? Your new Instagram?
Yeah, it's Andrew Guffey _music. Pretty easy to find.
Pretty
I
simple.
think I'm the only
Yeah.
one out there right
Yeah.
now, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Facebook, I think you can just find me under Andrew Guffey or Andrew Guffey Music. I think my Instagram and Facebook are linked together, so
Nice.
if you
Nice.
find one, you can find the next.
There you
That's
go.
pretty dope.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to see that video.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
fucking
Corey Wong.
awesome.
I think he played with Pigeons on there. They went to this jam cruise thing. That it was like it's
Dude,
literally like a
There were a lot of
cruise,
people
and
at that, dude.
Yeah,
I know,
Marcus
I-
Cohen was at that. Billy
awesome.
Strings was at that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, of
Corey
course,
Wong
of course.
Corey Wong played with Pigeons, and it was.
Yeah,
it
Corey
sounds
Wong's
super
got that
dope.
funk, man.
Yeah, there was a video.
Dude, he's filthy
just
on
played They
bass.
played at Madison
Yeah.
Square Garden not too long ago,
Yeah.
and that little rip.
They
That's
sold it out,
crazy,
too.
dude. That's
They're
yeah.
from, what, Germany, right?
I think so.
That's
Pretty
what
sure
was
it's
cool
Germany.
about Nashville, man. Like those jams, like you just kind of show up with your instrument.
That is cool.
And,
I
like,
would love to
you
go.
put
I'd
your
love
na-
to just go sit down at one of those places.
Oh, dude, people loved
get
it, man.
drinks and
Like
just
it
sit
was on
there
a
for-
Monday night too. It was the Bourbon Street Blues Club, in Printers Alley in Nashville, and it was just like a jam every Monday. You kind of show up and
My
chill
family's
and
talking
have a
about
drink.
taking a trip down there. I'd love to take a trip down there.
Yeah, Nashville's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's cool. It really is.
So let's talk about more of your time down there. Like you went,
Mhm.
you've been back for a little bit now.
Yeah, not
Right.
too long.
Not too
About
long.
6 months, 7
months,
months, maybe.
So
Actually, no. Yeah, okay, yeah. About a year now, actually.
yeah.
It's January, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, a year.
Okay. So what originally, came to your mind that said I want to go to Nashville? Like when did you when did that come to be?
I don't know. It was just kind of like, I'm not in school, and I kind of think I'm decent at guitar. Like, I think I can kind of hang for the most part. I'm like, so I'm just going to, I guess I just want to kind of go and see what would actually happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of owed it to myself,
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like, I went down, but definitely, like, was playing with some kids who were, been around the scene for a minute, playing,
Yeah.
just killing players. And at the time, I didn't necessarily know what was considered killing, what was considered.
Like what your competition was, right?
Oh yeah, you got to get your ass kicked a little bit to
absolutely,
want to
dude.
get
That's
better,
what
you know.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So I can't lie, I
You have
definitely.
something to push you, right?
Yeah, exactly. That definitely was the move. You can throw a stick on a professional guitar player in Nashville.
Yeah, but it's how fast you adapt, right? I mean, how fast
Yeah.
you pick it up and you learn real quick.
Yeah,
Like when
and I
you
did.
get thrown in it, you learn faster.
Exactly, and which was funny was I hadn't been to that club for the jam, in a couple of months. But then the night I showed up, Corey was there.
You show up and like you bring your guitar with you and like
your
amp too, or you like just
no, they have a whole rig. The whole sound system set up.
Just plug in.
It's a host band, like a band. It was like Corey Mack. Shout out to Corey. I think Corey Mack. Yeah, Corey Mack. He hosts the Bourbon Street Blues Open Jam on Monday nights in Nashville, and his band's killing. Dude, those guys can really play. And I thought I could play until I heard them play. And then I was like, wait, what the fuck are they doing? And I'm like, why do they sound so damn good? And it was, it's just, I think that's when I was like, oh shit, like jazz, man. That's when it really happened. It's like, dude, these cats know how to play jazz. That's really what it came down to, I think. You know what I mean?
So is that when you really started to pick up into the jazz?
That's when I was like, yeah, if I want to actually kind of get hip to the stuff these kids are playing.
You were playing blues, and then you came back home, and you were playing at Fog and Flame right here in town.
Yeah.
Every Sunday,
Every Sunday, 12 to 2. Check it out. Yeah.
It's real groovy. Yeah. Good ass coffee too.
Yeah, lattes, cappuccinos, anything you want.
Yeah,
we'll take a free cup for that shout out quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
No promises, But yeah, jazz is just, I think it's, once you understand it, music kind of changes for you. It back in the day, jazz was that hip, like, well, what is going on kind of music. Like, just like rock and roll was like, oh, that's the devil's music. Like, dude, people were saying that shit about jazz back in the 40s too. Like, oh, those jazz players, they're smoking all that weed and like making everyone dance real funny like that. It was that shit that people were getting hip to and like were partying to. Yeah. And like, it was rowdy. It was. Yeah. Jazz was rowdy. It doesn't sound rowdy because it's 2020. Yeah. But back in 1947, dude, those cats blowing on those saxophones were like, yo, this is some shit. Like, let's get high and fucking groove to this shit all night long. Like, and that's what they did, Yeah. And through the evolution of music, through rock and roll, through the 50s, 60s, 70s, you got rockabilly, you got Elvis, you have Chuck Berry doing that thing, starting to shake his legs, starting to do that kind of like sex appeal thing. Yeah. It's happening all through the 50s, all through the 60s. Then you get the 70s, psychedelic break, drugs, like sex, cocaine, like late nights, 80s, like sex. You know what I'm talking about? Like rock and roll. Like I'm tripping face, I'm seeing butterflies, and I'm in front of 80,000 people with a guitar in my hand kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Some Jimi Hendrix shit.
And you know what? And then back to, like, Jimi Hendrix, exactly, Zeppelin, dude, those solos, everything they knew about music was related to jazz. Like, Jimmy Page learned the same thing a jazz player would learn. You learn pentatonic scales, you learn major scale harmony, you learn arpeggios and, picking and alternate picking and technique, and then it's, like, down to improvisation, which is raw. Okay, you know the chords that your band is playing. You know what your bass player's playing. You know what your drummer's playing. You know what your singer's singing. If I'm Jimmy Page, it's up to me to then produce melodies on the spot whimsically through music. Exactly. It's up to me to shred, but I have to know how to do it. I have to understand where to pull my notes.
It's different because it kind of scats around, right? But whereas rock, like a Zeppelin song, it goes up, he peaks, he dive bombs, and then he comes back out of it, right? Like every song kind of goes up and builds and like pops off and then drops. But jazz is kind of like it's all improv, right?
Yeah, exactly. Jazz is like
it's just all over the place.
Well, the thing about jazz is it's heavily improv based. The song turns into like you. In a sense, I'm learning how to look at the song from the Snow. It's not Snow White. It's Sleeping Beauty. Someday my prince will come when she's singing to the dwarves.
Yeah.
Like that's a jazz standard. So like back in the day, like in the 50s, when like jazz guys were all hip and like kind of running the club scenes in New York and shit. Like they were taking tunes like that were really easy and that sounded nice because they were written for an orchestra. And then they were kind of like making them hip and like swinging them and kind of like walking like a bass line and kind of giving them a little bit of sass. You know what I mean?
Give some stank to it.
Yeah, and then you got these killing keyboard players like playing these songs like Someday My Prince Will Come, and like it's just like it was evolutionary,
Yeah.
And that is just, I think it's just the driving force to pretty much every genre of pop music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything.
I think it's all go back to blues and jazz, really.
Yeah, I love the I was in. So when I was in college, one of like my last semesters, I took some music class. One of my last 2 semesters, I took some world music class or whatever. And you know, he'd be naming off all these jazz players, you know, and everybody else was sitting there, and I'm sitting there like actually like, yeah, I've heard, like, I heard of 2 or 3 of these guys, and he does. He explains how, you know, like, classic rock and roll like kind of derived from that jazzy sort of style and builds
Miles
off jazz.
Davis, dude.
And the thing about
trumpeters, like, even Louis Armstrong.
Wait, let's go back.
Like, guys like
Mark,
that shape music, man. Dude, have you ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No.
Dude, you walk through and you watch the evolution of music, and they have everything like from how people listen to it to the icons that started. Like, you can
and
see
all the
Hendrix's
memorabilia
notebooks,
too, exactly.
Dude.
Oh my god, all his guitars.
Like, you can see how he wrote Purple Haze.
Dude, I saw the Rolling Stones exhibit in Nashville, dude. That shit was awesome. The Stones exhibit was shit. Sorry, go back.
No, you're good.
Yeah, back to brief interruption.
I don't doubt it, dude. The Stones are fucking insane.
Same thing, like
everything they've done, dude, they've been around forever.
Like notebooks and shit too, like that memorabilia stuff. Like that shit's cool. But I've never.
That must be so cool to be able to see.
Yeah, but I've never been to the Rock and Roll Hall.
Either have I.
You have any?
No. Company trip.
Company trip. That
Good sponsored.
Good. Yeah, that sounds nice.
It's in Cleveland. It's only like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, I'd love to take my dad to go see it for sure.
I've only driven through.
My dad grew up.
Like actually been in Cleveland, but
grew up with some of the best music.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Dude,
that was cool.
Some of the best. Growing up in the mid to late 70s, early 80s, bro. Like,
yeah, my dad graduated in 79.
Oh my god.
So that's like
so many amazing albums and musicians and bands. Between that, like the mid 70s to the mid 80s is just it's absolutely loaded. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, some of the best.
I
music
envy
ever.
that so much, but then again, like, I'm not, because then, like, I wouldn't have the music that I have today and the certain bands that I like today.
And it's funny, you know everything is, it's just, I think pop music.
It's just all evolved.
Because my mom always said,
like, when I think of pop music, jazz was pop music, man.
Yeah.
Like, that shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit was just the hippest thing around.
Now it's very electronic. Now it's a lot of computers.
Oh, gosh, yeah. But the thing about that is if I got my hands on Ableton and the right equipment, dude, I could write some banging producer stuff.
Yeah, and you could also make your voice sound really fucking good.
Well, I wouldn't sing.
I know, but you can. You know what I mean? Like,
there's all that shit out there.
For you, dude. I have a great voice. I know Chris Stapleton, too.
Chris Stapleton?
I'm so glad I started recording early that episode, dude. That was fucking great.
You guys got a real treat there.
Let's just take a minute and let you just like.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and play a little for us. If you want to play any of your new song, like we said earlier, you don't have to play the whole thing, but even if you want to play a little,
maybe.
A little bit of it.
Yeah, maybe I will. I think I want to tune my guitar quick though. Is that kind of obnoxious? That kind of might be a little obnoxious.
Oh no.
We can take a little break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll pause for a minute.
Yeah, we'll pause. Good. Let him tune. We'll come back and hear a little bit from him.
All right. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
I like that.
Pause. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're gonna let Andy Guffey here just go off on a little tangent. Let him do his thing. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was great.
Feels good. I feel like a new person.
It's just fun to watch.
I tell you, that's what it can do to you.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I could just sit down for hours and listen to that. For sure.
Thank you, guys.
It's a good drinking, sipping music.
That's right.
It's so relaxing.
it's perfect for this podcast.
Oh my god, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna work with Guff here. Hopefully we can. I know we need to come up with a
You guys need like a theme.
legit theme song.
I think I can do that.
Yeah, we need to come up with something.
You know, I have a MIDI controller too, and like I have Logic, so I could probably make something really interesting for you guys.
Yeah, we need
That'd be
to.
great.
Well,
Maybe that will be
send
heard
us,
in the future.
Send us over some samples and.
Yeah, I'll make.
Send us about 3 of them, though.
Yeah,
I'll send you the
some
MIDI
samples.
files. I'll send you those MIDI files.
We'll
yeah.
test them out, check them out, see what's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we put this off. We actually almost got into a full-fledged debate before we even started the podcast. I had to tell these guys to stop talking 2 or 3 times to save it for the podcast.
That's true.
Let's
Top 10.
get into it. Since Guff's a guitar player here today, folks, we're gonna get into our top guitar players of all time.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
Who you got at one?
who do we got? Who do we got at 1? Me and
Honestly,
Guff agree on this. We already found that out.
Yeah. It's a Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's a Jimmy. But what's Jimmy?
You got
It depends where am I coming at though. It's Jimi Hendrix, number 1 for me. In the means of someone who can just rip on a guitar and make amazing music on the spot, almost like as if it wasn't even something he was conscious about. That's why he's number 1, because he was the man at that.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. Plus, he played upside down left-handed guitar.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And he was
does
funky,
have the
dude. He
coolness.
was
No, he
funky.
definitely has the coolness factor.
Flopping
But Jimmy
around.
Page-
And dude,
man.
he
You heard the song White Summer? Have you heard that song? Just pretty much Jimmy Page just ripping on the guitar for 11 minutes, right?
Wait, Summer.
Yeah, it's from the BBC session.
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
it's on
yeah,
that
it is.
recording.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a nice vinyl, man. Yeah.
Dude, it's beautiful. And it
Yeah.
sounds like a
You know what
fucking,
song
it
I
sounds
love?
like 2 guitars, but
Sounds
it's
like a
one.
spring
He plays
day.
his 12
Dude, it was
string.
funny. I remember in high school, we went to Dorney Park for like some senior trip shit.
Okay.
Dude, the whole bus ride, I just listened to that Rain song by Zeppelin. It was like a 10-minute song, and all the way to Dorney Park on the bus and all the way back, I listened to that song.
Just repeat.
Repeat. I thought that shit was so cool. Zeppelin was so psychedelic and weird and musical and melodic and ear-catchy and just like... I'm just like, dude, like the orchestration, the strings, the songwriting, the tuning. Like, Jimmy Page is in that weird, funky tuning, dude, like playing these really beautiful, like, major 7-chord voicings, very
But
piano
that's the thing
sounding.
about him is he produced all their shit.
Yeah, he was good at what he did.
produced it
He
all.
knew music well.
Yeah,
he really did, yeah.
He did, and that's his advantage over
He
Hendrix.
does. He's not dead. He does. He's
Yeah.
still alive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we were talking about his old work, right?
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Alright, so I brought up the Rolling Stone thing again.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
What's up
Hendrix
over
at
there?
one, right? And then Page at 2. Clapton.
Clapton's good. Yeah, I like
Load
Clapton.
more. Hold on.
I like the Allman Brothers.
Eddie Van Halen.
I really like
Oh,
the
dude, the
Allman
Allman
Brothers.
Brothers.
The Allman Brothers are some good shit.
I love
dude.
the Allman Brothers.
However that song goes. I think Melissa by the Allman Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Crossroads.
I was
You
trying
know,
to think.
Seem to come and go.
Do you know Jessica?
Oh no, that's a great riff though. I should learn
Yeah.
that riff. Gosh, that should be one I can pull out of my back pocket anytime.
So at 20,
I'm actually embarrassed.
at 20, number 20 on here,
Who's 20?
Santana.
Santana.
No, I get that. I mean, Santana's cool. He was real. Santana's really into that psychedelic, like really into that, like playing through this spiritual touch. You know, that's what he's really about.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And
Yeah, I
should,
completely
should I just
agree.
go down? Should I just go down from there?
Yeah, give me 19. Give me 19.
We got James Burton.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
no fucking clue who that is.
Trademark chicken picking style.
Ooh, wait, let me see a picture of this guy. Shit, yeah, I have no clue who that is. Good for him, though. Chicken picking's that real, like, you know.
You got to start when he was 14 writing Susie Q for Dale Hawkins.
Well, you know...
he joined Ricky Nelson.
Keith Richards is going to be up there. Right.
He won't be top 10.
Les Paul at 18.
Okay, yeah, good move. I mean,
Yeah,
iconic
I like,
music icon.
You know, Chuck Berry's going to be up there. B.B. King's going to be up there.
Neil Young, 17.
Yeah, I like Neil Young, dude.
Okay.
16, I like this. Derek Trucks. I'm a huge fan.
I'll take that.
See, I would put him way higher up on the list. Guys, we have to think,
know.
where are these people coming from? Because, like, I guarantee... Wait, listen to this. I guarantee there won't be a single killing shredder jazz player on this list. This is rock and roll,
that's
correct?
What I was also... Well, it just says top 100 guitarists.
See, no, I don't think that's fair. Because the top 20 of them are all rock.
When we talked about this the other day...
Mark Knopfler was up there probably like 9, right?
We talked about this the other day,
rock,
and I wanted to...
Like, do you know who Jonathan...
Dire Straits, man.
Okay, I guess that's swing. But I'm talking like someone like Jonathan Kreisberg.
Freddie King.
I'm talking like like jazz cats who just like shred like metal players, but they play jazz.
King.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Those guys are nuts, but they're not going to be on your...
Satriani up there, and you're going to have...
Ooh, Satriani's the shit. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right.
Steve Vai.
What about Joe
Steve
Stone?
Vai.
What about Stone?
I think Steve Vai's a little higher on the list.
Yeah, wait. We're getting sidetracked. Gillet. Or not Gillet.
Eddie at 8, man. I'd put Eddie at 3. I'd put Eddie at 3.
Willie.
It's the beard.
Dude, Eddie, the way Eddie made a fucking guitar sound. When I heard Eruption for the first time, it sounds like something from fucking outer space. It's fucking insane.
Oh, yeah, Eruption's awesome, man.
That's a great... Dude, that riff...
See, yeah, they got Chuck Berry at 7, so calm your tits on the jazz playing.
Chuck Berry at 7? That's pretty high.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
So yeah, you got your jazz players.
I'd put Vi at 7.
6, you got BB.
Okay, respectable.
Yeah.
He was pretty
5,
iconic.
Jeff Beck.
Ooh, Beck was the fucking man too.
Yeah, dude, that album that he made with
Aqueduct.
Jimmy Page and
Jimmy Page album.
Yeah. Let's see, 4. We got your boy KR, Keith.
Whoa, Keith is all the way up at 4. How do you feel about that?
I didn't think that.
Dude, you know what?
I'd have him low teens. Like,
I
like
was
17,
thinking
18, around there.
Yeah,
because Keith wrote good guitar.
How could
like,
you put Keith Richards above Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Keith Richards.
Oh my
Honestly,
god!
Like, how could you put... Like, I put Stevie Ray Vaughan at 4 over Keith Richards.
Yeah, no.
Like, dude.
Hands down.
Ooh, that's really loud.
Where's Slash at? Like, have you ever seen fucking Slash shred a guitar? Because I've seen him live and rip off fucking 18 minutes straight of just shredding.
Dude.
Just absolutely melting and fucking...
See, they got Jimmy at 3 and then Clapton 2.
Clapton's at 2.
And then Hendrix.
Hendrix at 1.
I mean, I think Hendrix was awesome, man.
He was. No, dude, I fucking love Hendrix.
His artistry, really, I think, is what made him who he was. Very unique guy, very interesting. He was
also a little crazy. Like, he gave him that edge. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and he wore the clothes, and he set his guitar on fire, and he fucking did a lot of drugs. And
yeah, true. Yeah, he was just
like
really
that whole myth about him cutting his forehead and putting acid in his fucking headband and wearing it during a concert. Like,
whoa, I have never heard that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a confirmed thing, but it's always been like the urban legend. Is that's what? Yeah,
that's always been talked about.
Like he sliced his head.
Yeah, he cut his head.
He had a little bit of cut and then put some
acid in the headband, let it soak into his head while he'd go out there and just shred it, fucking Woodstock and every other fucking festival.
Whoa, man.
Yeah,
that's some shit. That is some shit, hands down, for sure.
There's the one where he sets his guitar on fire. It's fucking great. I have it over there.
Oh, yeah. I think that was live at some pop festival in
it starts with an M.
New York.
I'm blanking on the fucking name. It was in L.A.
Montreal or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Monterey Pop.
Yeah, live at the Monterey. Yeah.
Live at the Monterey. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect.
They got plenty of jazz guys in this list.
Oh, really? Like who? Okay, I'm not trying. Oh, really? Like who? No.
Isn't Curtis Mayfield?
Oh, yeah.
Jazz, right? John Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
Jazz.
John Lee Hooker is more like blues.
True.
Muddy Waters, man. You gotta throw Muddy Waters.
I did see Muddy Waters on the list. Yeah, Muddy was on there. He was on there.
I love Hey Joe, man.
Like you said, though, going back to talking about putting people on this list. I want to know like what their criteria is.
I just want to know
what do they base their pick on? You know what I mean? Like what goes into putting that selection? You know what I mean? Not like overall talent, like overall capabilities, like what they did talent, socially, what they did monumentally. Like
I think it's influence, like how much what their music did to make other music spawn from it. You know what I mean? Like what the Beatles did to fucking pop. I mean, like they were the kings.
Yeah.
Right? Like what Elvis did to rock. I mean, you wouldn't have rock without Elvis. You know what I mean? The icons, you know, I think that kind of makes for a certain amount. Yep. Like, I mean, that's why you can throw Eddie Van Halen that high, because what he did was insane, but there's also guys like that play for Dragon Force and some of those metal bands that just ridiculously just do insane tapping.
Dude,
tapping is fucking crazy, and that's why you got to throw.
And that's when it comes down to finding your own sound.
Steve Vai up there, dude.
See, I personally love shredders. I think shredders are cool. Like, I think shredding is a huge part of guitar. I like to shred. I like some of my lines to sound kind of shreddy.
Yeah.
And
play me something.
Well, like for example, I've been playing a lot of this, like those intervals. Like, that's pretty shreddy sounding.
And all that, and those guys too, they just add.
It's not very jazzy sounding.
To it and make it faster. And
yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, exactly. They just Yeah,
dude. And you watch them go up and down every single scale down here at the bottom when they shred, and it's just like they're going up and back down and up and back down.
Yeah, and it gets kind of. See, I like to tastefully shred.
Yeah.
Like, I like to be like if I'm playing a blues.
You're still more relaxing, right?
Like if I'm playing a B flat blues like this, B flat blues. Like I'll go.
You slide it in almost at a point, like a little bit of. Just a little riff
like I won't shred right away, you know. I like make a little bit of a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, ease into it. Right?
You can just do that for a whole podcast, honestly.
Right.
Of course, that's some heavy jazz shit.
I can get my voice deep enough.
But you know what I mean?
It's bass in the background.
It's cool to get shreddy. It's cool to get shreddy every once in a while, and it's cool to know how to shred, and you got to know how to use it.
Yeah,
That's where I'm at as a guitar player. Shredding is really cool, and those cats who can like shred, I appreciate, but I can only shred like a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't just make that the only thing I do.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because you want to be musical. You want to be. It's easy to not.
Like you said, you got to find your sound. You got to feel what you want to, what you're most comfortable with. What you like. You don't want to go out there and bang out 16, 30-second notes and fucking.
Well, yeah, just senselessly. It's all about melody.
You want to more dance on the guitar than necessarily just like grind out a beat, grind out.
And that's the thing
about
like on
those
guitar players is like they kind of like they can mimic each other in a certain way, but no one is the same. They're like
no one can.
Snowflake.
That's
another.
No
one is the same.
That's another debate on like how
everybody puts their own twist on it, and a lot of the greats made it iconic, right?
Yep.
And that's just how personal this can get. Like the guitar is what you want it to be, you know, and it with music, it's again like being part of a genre. First of all, you're gonna pick a genre of music to study or to be a part of. Like, if I'm trying to like hit a heavy practice, and I'm actually trying to like, if I have the time, and I'm like not doing anything else, and I'm like dedicating focused amount of time, almost like studying in school. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit down and do it on jazz and bebop because it's like there's these principles in music that make sense and are almost like just something that exists that is just, you don't know why it works, but that's how it works. You know what I mean? Like in jazz, there's like something called a 2-5-1, which is like, you see how that sounded good? those are notes that are taken out of like scales and theories and ideas that were established centuries ago, and they're principles of melody. If you play certain notes on certain beats, it's actually like kind of mathy. You will always generate a melody that sounds proper. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you follow a principle, say like in jazz, like I said, 2-5-1s are the backbone. So you might have a tune in jazz that goes. That's just a bunch of 2-5-1s. And like you hear someone going like, you know what I mean? Like just jazzy, swingy, beboppy nonsense.
Yeah.
But it might not sound that appealing when it's in that kind of form, but if you can ingest the ideas that they're taking and the principles that they're using and apply it to pop and apply it to EDM music and apply it to electronic producing kind of shit, you get these melodies that are undeniably good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I took a jazz tune and made it like a lo-fi tune or like a hip-hop tune and like made the keyboard electric, really low wavy frequencies on bass lines and things, like I could make an old tune from the 50s sound like it's like the freshest thing on the block. You know what I mean? Just because the melodies are so well voice leaded and things are just theoretically...
You make it into a fucking rave song.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's just like these simple principles can just, you know, take a melody and make it, it just, you can't get it out of your head. And that's good music. You know, music people can't get enough of. Where no matter when you go back to it, it sounds good.
Like if I'm driving and my foot starts moving or my head starts bobbing, like it's good fucking music.
Yeah, if I turn something on,
then like it's gonna make me move.
That's what I said earlier.
That's why it was the devil's music.
That's what I said.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it made you feel free and dance.
Something to get your head moving. Something to get your body.
And there's something that comes along with the way music evolved into the way even like fashion trends happen and shit like that.
Oh, yeah,
it's all intertwined, right? Like I mean, now it's progressed to a point where girls wear hardly anything when they go out to a club. You know what I mean?
Darn it.
I mean, yeah, society has its own things. Groups of people are going to form their own trends and make things what they want it to be, you know?
Yeah.
God.
It's just all influential.
I know. Everyone's just... as much as everyone's doing their own thing, you know, we're all kind of doing the same thing, really.
Fair.
Very true.
Everyone's like on their own grind, but we're all actually just kind of on the same boat doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was good having you here, dude.
Yeah, dude, thanks a lot for
sitting
down with us.
Yeah, it was great.
Honestly, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much,
we
guys.
haven't asked, well, people we've asked to do it with, nobody said no so far, so that's the good thing about this. I feel like this is something...
how can this be I was kind of nervous earlier and like...
Right?
Just kind of around and...
People are too, like I know when...
I'm just like, wait.
Hannah and Darm on the previous episode, then the one to this one.
You just never know what it's going to be like till you're in the situation.
Yeah.
It's just sitting around talking bullshit, dude.
No, I think all the equipment just throws you off a little bit, too. I think just seeing everything all hooked up.
Yeah, but then, honestly, when we started going, I was just I was just super comfortable. I'm like, wait, shit, this is actually...
it's just talking.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Like, I got my guitar, I got my rig, I got my amp. Like, I'm cool.
Right. Well, dude, we really appreciate it. And, guys, if you want to find... more of Andy Guffey's music. He's Andy Guffey _music.
You got it.
And Instagram. He says Facebook's linked too. If you want to find us, Cole, Avery, he wasn't with us tonight.
Yeah.
Plus a
soul. Man, shout out to Avery. Miss you, man.
Miss the other podcast, Daddy.
You will be this weekend.
Yeah, we're doing one this weekend. So
right on.
Yeah, so next week's episode will be another Avery trio episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, find us at Who'd Listen to Us, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Who'd Listen to Us, at gmail.com. Like we said, we love having musical guests on the show. We love featuring music. So if you guys, want us to throw something up to listen to during a podcast, where we'd be super into, send us a little file, send us a little link of something you've been working on, we'll throw it on here.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're all all about supporting musicians and
it's about the art. It's about the community. We need people.
Absolutely.
We need people who are
Music.
into it.
Yeah.
People have stuff to say, but it's up to
Absolutely.
it's up to others to absorb it, to
But why don't you?
make it
Talk
matter.
about it. Yeah.
But thanks a lot.
Should I jam us out of here,
why
guys?
don't you just go ahead and jam us right on out of the?
I think
right
I'm
on
just
out of the
gonna
show here.
jam us right on out of here.
All right,
now.
guys. I'm Willie. Across from me
And I'm Cole Fry.
is the Cole Fry. Thanks for
Thanks for
listening.
listening.
I'm Andrew
guys.
Guffey.
And we'll see you next time.
I had so much fun.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Peace out, guys.